Welcome to Suburban Death Metal Dad Bonus Tracks, episode 39, Thirsty for Metal Thursday. And getting right into it with a compilation from 2011, Judas Priest, The Chosen Few. And this has 17 tracks and great songs on here like Painkiller, Beyond the Realms of Death, The Sentinel, You've Got Another Thing Coming, Exciter, The Ripper Live, Dissident Aggressor. It's just overall a very good compilation for the band. All right, next up is a release from 1984, Canada's Exciter, and their second album, Violence and Force. This is the first one I heard, and still my favorite to this day. And great songs on here like the title track, Violence and Force, Pounding Metal, Delivering to the Master, War is Hell. Just overall, a really cool speed metal album and definitely a classic. So definitely check out Exciter if you haven't heard them and you're into thrash metal or speed metal. All right, sticking with Canada for the next release, talking about Gorguts and their debut album, Considered Dead from 1991. And this is basically Gorguts just putting out regular death metal before they kind of turned into a warped, dissonant type death metal band, I would say. And I am a fan of that stuff. But if you're just into the slightly technical early death metal sound, this is definitely a cool release from them. Very catchy, and you could tell they're definitely skilled musicians on this release. And great songs like Stiff and Cold, Rot Anatomy, Inoculated Life is probably my favorite song, the last track on there, which has a guest lead from James Murphy. There's also a few songs on here with guest vocals from Chris Barnes and some acoustic parts like the opening intro, and then comes Libidity. And then, like I said, just overall, a very cool death metal release from the early 90s. All right, next up, I'm going to recommend an EP as usual. And this time I'm going with Benediction, The Grotesque Ashen Epitaph, which is from 1994. And there's also 3 live songs on here, and they sound really good. Subconscious Terror, Violation Domain, and Visions in the Shroud. And if you're not familiar with Benediction, they're from Birmingham, England. And original vocalist was Barney Greenway, who went on to Napalm Death. But anyway, they play a really catchy type of death metal. They write really cool, catchy riffs, and yeah, definitely worth checking out if you're into the early death metal. All right, last up is a newer release, and this time I'm going with Flotsam Jetsam, Blood in the Water from 2021. Arizona Thrashers here, and I think their last several releases have been very strong, starting with their self-titled album, and this one is no exception. Very good songs on here. The title track, Brace for Impact, Burn the Sky, 7 Seconds Till the End of the World. And my personal favorite on here, Reaggression, super killer thrash song. So definitely one to check out. All right, that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.